Guys, what is going on? It is week 13 of Duffs to Darts, checking in with me, Ed, to see what I've been doing this week to get from a 20 to a 10 handicap in 10 months on a dime. So let's jump right into it and see what's been going on this week. So first things first, it was Masters weekend. I had some time on Saturday and I took my son out to the range with me. He really likes going. I did a whole separate video on this, put a link below, so it's just a day at the range with him. But one of my goals that I talked about this month was having just a strictly dedicated short game practice session where I went there and I had no intention of playing golf on the course. The intention was simply to work on pitching and chipping and putting. And that's what I did for 3 hours. That's right. I had a 6-year-old child, 6.5-year-old boy, who was out there with me chipping and putting for 3 hours. He had a blast, but it was so windy. It was like I was getting ready for the Open Championship. He had a blast. There was nobody out at the range, so he was going out and grabbing balls and just bringing them back and hitting them off a tee. I'll put up a video clip right here of him just doing a full send. I was really proud of him with that. But for me, as this is about my journey, not me growing the game with my son, but that's kind of part of it. Really good chip shots, really good pitch shots, a couple of ones that were just, they were just duffs. That's duffs to darts, right? That's what's going to happen. So I had a few where I just chunked them really short, and that's not acceptable. That's a stroke just given back. But I also had a lot that were really, really good pitch shots. I had one, and it's on the video. I'm not going to put it up again here, but it's on the link of the video where my son was up on the little practice pitching green. The place I go to right by the house, there's a short game pitching area where there's a green with just one hole. And he's up there putting, the balls I pitch into the hole. And then on the other side of the range, there is a big giant practice putting green that has 9 separate holes. And when the weather's nice, they have like a practice putting course. You start in hole 1, 2, 3, 4, and you go all the way around to practice long putts and short putts. It's a lot of fun. We did it without the markers. We just started from each hole. But circle back. There's one where he had knocked all the balls in, and he says, "Daddy, I need a ball." So I'm like, "You want a ball? Here you go." And I pitch one up, and it lands literally right by his feet and stops. I want to pretend like I'm that good on my short game where I can just do that on command. I just got really lucky on it, but it was a drop in the bucket. It does prove to me that, my practice on the short game at home and the feel has been helping, because even though I'm not hitting full shots in my, home area that I point out to you guys all the time, I am practicing, hitting a ball with the club face, hitting down on it, either in the front of my stance or in the back of my stance, and just popping it up onto the couch. It's a good practice thing for you guys to do. It's not a net. You just put one ball down, chip it into the couch, bounces back. Try to get it on top of the seat level. Just practice getting it up in the air. Yeah, you're not going to see the distance on it, but you are going to practice getting that striking, and it's really easy to do while you're watching TV, right? So had a lot of that. We went inside, we warmed up, got a cup of coffee, or hot chocolate for him, some water, watched a little bit of the Masters. Again, it was Saturday of the Masters. Went outside and we putted for a while. I did, like I said, we went around to all 9 holes, and we did long lag putts and tapped it in. Didn't go to the next hole until, we made it in. And there's nobody out there, which was really nice. So we had the whole putting green to ourselves. Then we made it back, and I did 2 drills that we've all seen on TV a bunch. It's hard to do with my putt out, which, yeah, I can work on practice putting every night at home, but there's no substitute for actually putting on grass and having different, different lies, different, pitches of the green to work on different aim points. So one thing that we did, and he did it with me, is I did the drill where you lay a putter down inside the hole and at the end of the shaft, so your putter length away, put a tee down, and do that in 4 different spots. So think of like a clock: 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way around, clockwise. And we just put a ball down and we rotated through. He'd hit 2 from 2 spots. I'd hit 2 from 1 spot. I tried to get him on his own hole so I could work on it, but he just wanted to be with me. I'm not going to argue with him. Don't worry, by the way, that's not a fire. That's just water boiling because I'm on my lunch break and I'm making some pasta. Hungry. So we did that drill for a while, and then after that, we did the gate drill. We put the two tees down in front of the hole. The putt I was practicing was an uphill putt. It had a right to left break, so just working on trying to get it dead center of the cup. I hit the tees a lot. It's something I need to work on some more, where it would have been left edge or right edge. Worked on that for a little bit, and then because we were there, and he just loves to hit driver, we got a bucket of balls, and I split it between the two of us, and we went and we hit a bucket of balls. I talked about before with my 9-hole debacle when I went out this year that I was just terrible off the tee. So I just hit driver the entire time. So, another one of my goals this year, right? Or this month was to hit a short game dedicated practice and just go to the range working on driver. Kind of did 2 for 1 this time since I had the time to do it. So I hit just driver, about half a bucket, because I gave my son the other half, and he was hitting it better than I was. He was telling everybody that he hits better than me. I love the cockiness of him. I don't know where he gets it from. So discovered with that I'm no surprise of my own. My ego is swinging for me. I'm way over swinging. So I toned it down. And I started hitting clean shots. I started hitting them straight. I started hitting the draw again. So next time I go out, hopefully I can go out again soon, I can hit that draw and start finding fairways, because I lose too many damn balls to keep playing this sport and keep the budget down. So that was all of Saturday. A really good practice session, like I said, 3 hours. Good thing we went on Saturday, because next day was the Masters, right? So we've all at this point watched it. If you're watching me on this, you like golf. You knew last week I had the red polo on for Tiger. I was rooting for him. He won the Masters. A really cool experience, and it's a good thing that I didn't plan on going to the range, because if you look right here, it freaking snowed like crazy here. It doesn't make sense how it is in the Midwest, in the Chicagoland area that I am in. Geographically, I'm not in Chicago. I say Chicago because it's easier, but I'm about 25 minutes from Wisconsin, depending on traffic, sometimes 15. It really all depends. So about an hour outside of Chicago. It's just easier, but the weather's just stupid here. It doesn't make sense. So it was 50 degrees on Saturday with like 30-mile-an-hour winds. So we had beanies on. Then it snowed 4 or 5 inches on Sunday during the Masters.
Oh yeah, Masters weekend. Tiger just won another major. Spring in Chicagoland. Not much has changed over the winter. Not much at all.
And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was like 65, 70 degrees and everything melted. Don't get it, but watched the Masters, enjoyed the hell out of Tiger winning his 5th green jacket. And the cool thing about that and everything else is last week I teased it. I was on a podcast with Ricky Potts. He's a really cool guy, really nice person to talk to. We did it last Wednesday night, and we had a really good hour-plus conversation. We talked about him being the former #1 ranked Tiger Woods player in the world. We talked about craft beers. I talked about how I made the game not fun for my wife when I tried to get her to go out, and kind of did a public service announcement to anybody out there who tries to get their wife to go out. And I've talked to one of you guys on Instagram about this. If your wife wants to go out, your partner wants to go out and play golf, don't be a dick. Have fun. Take away the scorecard. Do best ball. Do something so it's an enjoyable experience, because I ruined it for my wife. I will forever regret that. She'll never go out with me again on the golf course, but lesson learned. I pass that wisdom on to other people. But we talked about that, and he sends me a message on Monday saying that the interview got lost, that the computer ate it, so we re-recorded Monday night. That's up right now. I'll put the link to his YouTube of it. You can also download the podcast, but on the link will be the YouTube of it. So hear me talking about all the stuff with Golficity that I'm affiliated with. Hear me talking about Duffs to Darts, and of course we're talking about Tiger. What else? I had one person who his name is Weapon X and then some digits after that on YouTube who started following the channel and he binged all of Duffs to Darts. So I'm giving you a shout out right now. Thanks so much for checking it out. I'm glad you have enjoyed every episode to where you wanted to binge it. More to come, obviously, all year on this. Hopefully you enjoy this one. Little surprise shout out for you. As you guys know, I respond to every comment, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. If you comment, I'm going to read it and I'm going to respond back. So if you have a question for me, you have something you want to say, go ahead and shoot me a message. I'm going to respond to you. This week, my son is off of school on Friday. It is Good Friday for all you Easter religious supporters. So with my company being a very not a religious company, but you know they have Catholic roots where they're from originally. So we actually have Friday off. They call it the spring holiday. So no work for me on Friday. He's off of school. So what did he ask to do? Go to the range, right? So him and I are going to go to the range again, and I'm just going to do more short game stuff. That's the bread and butter. That's the low-hanging fruit that all of us can work on our game. That is really going to be the difference between, you know, shooting, you know, a 90 and shooting an 85. You know, you can knock out 5, 6, 7 strokes just by hitting good chips and good putts. Going to work on the up and down game I like to play, where you chip and try to get down on one putt. I played that as well on Saturday, and I did a terrible job getting up and down. I was two-putting everything, even when they were inside 6 feet. Not okay, can't do that. So more work needs to be done there. Maybe I'll find a Supreme golf deal. Maybe you know, him and I can go on a golf cart and go play a quick 9. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But that is everything for the Week 13 recap. We're at 12 minutes right now, so hope you guys enjoyed this week. As always, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification. I don't do a ton of videos, as I'm a normal dad. I got stuff to do. But I do what I can. I try to get more stuff out there for you guys as the weather gets better. Thanks for sharing for you guys who have shared it with your friends. As always, keep grinding, guys.